Griffin, or the French Griffin, is usually described as a creature that is a mix of a lion and an eagle. But this isn't the only creature described in such a way. In this video, you'll learn the differences between the Griffin and the other creature I'll be talking about. But first, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. These winged lions are often depicted as guardians of specific treasures or regions. These creatures were known by ancient Greek and Middle Eastern cultures. They had a significant presence in ancient Persian and Assyrian art. In Greek mythology, this creature guarded the gods' belongings or treasures. Here, it played the role of a guardian creature, such as protecting Apollo's gold. There are many stories about them. Some even say some of these stories are based on real events. The first story that mentions this creature is in Herodotus's history. In the story, a one-eyed tribe called the Arimaspians tried to steal the treasure guarded by these flying creatures. In another story, it said that Alexander the Great used one of these winged creatures as a mount and traveled with it. Of course, these are not recorded as definitive historical facts, but they give us different ideas about these creatures. Also, if you know any stories about them, feel free to share them in the comments. Anyway, let's continue with our story. In another account, Saint Phocas, who is usually known as the protector of sailors, is attacked by one of these creatures and drives it away with prayer. In these depictions, the creature is considered a symbol of evil, but in reality, these creatures are just animals living their own lives, and they usually attack when provoked. In fact, these behaviors contribute greatly to a more realistic depiction of our winged friends. Additionally, in many stories, they are tried to be domesticated, but it's almost always unsuccessful. Now, let's take a closer look at the physical descriptions of these creatures. But before we do, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next episode. These winged animals have the body, back legs, and tail of a lion, and the wings, front legs, and head of an eagle. Let's not forget they also have a lion-like mane. These creatures come in various colors, typically measuring between 10 to 13 feet in length, with wingspans ranging from 26 to 39 feet. They weigh between 660 to 1,100 pounds. These creatures usually lived in mountainous areas, which highlights their eagle-like features. Also, the fact that they were tasked with guarding treasures made them similar to lions and other big cats. The reason for this is that some kings or nobles kept their treasures in secret rooms, while others locked them up with lions or tigers. They usually reproduce by laying eggs, and while their exact lifespan is not mentioned, since they appear in stories, it's thought that they lived longer than normal creatures. Now, let's move on to the Hippogrif, which is Pegasus's cousin. This creature plays a significant role in the epic Orlando Furioso. This epic was published in 1516 and written by Ludovico Ariosto. In the story, this winged creature travels from land to land with one of the heroes, Ruggiero, and they encounter sorcerers along the way. In the story, this creature is portrayed as a more enchanting, noble, and loyal animal, which isn't wrong, considering horses get along well with humans. This element feels realistic. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the second part. And now, let's talk about our winged friend from the Harry Potter series. In this version, the design is quite realistic. Speaking of which, let's talk about the creature's physical description. It stands about 10 to 12 feet tall, with a wingspan of 15 to 20 feet, and weighs roughly 1,000 to 1,500 pounds. Its way of life and reproduction are almost identical to the other winged creatures. The main difference is that it's likely more trainable. I think this trait comes from horses. These two creatures are physically very similar, but psychologically very different. That's because the Griffin behaves like lions, being protective of their territory and keeping away from humans. The other winged creature, however, is more timid and interacts better with humans. In this video, we'll dive into the story of Hippogrif and medieval fantasy creature design. But the story of these two creatures doesn't end here. In the next video, we'll take a deep and detailed look at what they might have been in reality. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to join our adventure. Also, I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next episode.
Please subscribe to my channel.